Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Bitcoin market review for November the 28th, 2022. And before we get into the price action, we want to look at the economic calendar for yesterday, and we can see there were no high impact news events. There was only the kind of medium impact news event for the FOMC member speaks at 12 p.m. Let's see, 12 p.m. was this candle right here. It was a little bit a bigger one, but I don't think the news event was the factor for this bigger candle. It was because we ran up and took buy side liquidity. We ran above this high into these fair value gaps, and we touched this low right here, and then we kind of reversed. So I don't really think the medium impact news event right here had too much of an impact on price. But yeah, with that said, let's get right into the setups. The first setup we want to look at is at 8 a.m. or 8:20 a.m. to be more specific. So there was not really a good setup in this part of the price action. So all the way through the morning, through the London session, there was not really good setup, but there was a good setup right here, and it's a little bit a bigger one to play out, but I'm gonna show it to you. So from this low to this high, we want to draw out the fib tool. Now I'll draw it all the way over to here where our entry then is. We can see we have a high right here with a couple of fair value gaps right here. So this is buy side. So we have buy side liquidity right here, so we expect price to eventually run up to that. What we also can see is we have a fair value gap over here. If I can draw that out. Okay, perfectly. So you can see price pushes up and then eventually consolidates, like starting at like 4:30 a.m. all the way until like 7 a.m. Consolidates, and then the beginning of the New York kill zone, price drops down into this fair value gap. What is more, it touches this down close candle right here, which is an order block on this run down. You can see here. So price goes into the fair value gap, pushes up once more, goes down into the order block, and then eventually it reverses. So right here we have a shift in market structure then. So as soon as we break this high, we have a shift in market structure right here. And then price comes back down to touch the order block we just created, and then it shoots up to take buy side. And actually this right here is a setup on the 3-minute, so we can look at that on the lower time frame. So I wanna, oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I want to do, because we have a fair value gap building right here on the 3-minute. Also, I'm going to draw this only up to like here, and then let's draw out the fib tool for the 3-minute setup. And you can see price, we have the market structure break on the 5 minutes on the higher time frame. Price then comes back down into this fair value gap, touches it once, touches it twice, and then eventually pushes up. So we have the higher time frame setup. This is the 5-minute setup, and at the end of this 5-minute setup, so right after where we had the entry in the 5-minute setup, we have a 3-minute setup forming. So we already have the confirmed market structure break after price moved into a high time frame PD array, so a discount array, which is the fair value gap. We have the reversal, and then on the 3-minute we move into a discount array once again, and then price really starts to push higher on the 9:30 market open. So this is basically the Judo swing here, the 9:30 market open, which takes out buy side. So yeah, very nice setup. Again, as we have a lower time frame setup within a higher time frame setup. So we have a 3-minute setup within a 5-minute setup. That's just very lovely to see. Okay, so we can see price pushes up, takes buy side, runs into some fair value gaps over here. So actually it runs into this one on the 5-minute, and if we look at it on the 15-minute, this is one big fair value gap it runs into. and then price reverses and attacks sell side. So we have a couple of lows which build up below here. First one being this, then we have another one right here, and then we have a lot of wicks and low right here. So there are going to be a lot of stop losses placed right here. So we have a lot of sell side liquidity down here. So once price really breaks down, we expect it to run this. So that's the ultimate target. So on a 15-minute, we can see price runs up and then pushes down, breaking this low. So we have a market structure break right here on the 15-minute. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna leave that line drawn out, and now we jump down into the 1 minute, as we have a couple of 1 minute setups right here. Okay, so you can see on the 1 minute this was then the push down, which broke market structure on the 15-minute time frame, but we broke market structure on the 1 minute way before that. So you can see price pushes up and then pushes down. Here it took out this low right here, so we basically have a market structure break right here, but you can't really see that very well, so I'm just gonna draw out this one. So this is the market structure break we're gonna draw up, because this is the one we actually can see if we draw it out. So like this, boop, nice market structure break right here. Price trades down, and then we have another beautiful displacement right here into a fair value gap, and you can see we have quite equal lows down here, which then leads to the market structure break on the 15-minute time frame. So this is quite a nice setup right here. From the high to the low, we draw out the fib tool. We also denote the fair value gap, and we can see price pushes up into a premium, fully fills the fair value gap, touches the up close candle right here, which is the order block. Actually, I believe it even touches the uppermost. Yeah, if we say this is an order block right here, so the bottom of this candle right here, which is the candle which makes this swing high, prior to this candle creating this swing high, and we can see, actually let me zoom in some more. I think now it's apparent. You can see this candle touches this low perfectly and then reverses and pushes down lower. And then this push down lower is what breaks market structure on the 15-minute. So from this point on, we really have the confirmation on the 15-minute time frame, which is quite a high time frame for intraday trades. Okay, and we can see there are a couple of more setups forming right here. Like this push down didn't take out this low yet, so we expect it to go lower. And as I said before, we just had the market structure break on the 15 minutes, so we expect lower prices anyways. Okay, then let's draw out this fair value gap right here. And I also want to draw out this gap right here. So we don't see too many gaps for Bitcoin, but if we see them, we really have to focus on them. We shouldn't forget them, that's what I mean. So you can see price pushes down, takes out these lows, market structure break on the 15-minute, not yet taking this low, so we expect it to run that low. Price pushes back up into a premium, fully fills this fair value gap, goes into the gap above, doesn't touch this fair value gap right here, but that's okay. And then price reverses and pushes down, taking out this low, and then you can see this low right here. It took this low, and then there are a couple of lows right here which has not yet taken. So ultimately what we expect is for it to, actually let me go to the 15-minute. So we are in here. This down candle is what we just looked at, this run down, which took out this low and this low. But ultimately we expect it to first run the rejection block right here and then run this low. So we are still looking for shorts, so still looking for moves to the downside. And that's why we can journal the next setup as well, the next short setup I'm going to show to you. which is okay, anchored to this low and anchored to, okay, that's the swing high prior to the drop, so anchored to this swing high. Then we draw out the fair value gap right here, and we can see price first pushes down and then it starts to consolidate a little bit around equilibrium, but always touching the fair value gap, and here it fully fills the fair value gap right here, prior to then starting to roll over and to push down lower once more to eventually take out this low right here. So another beautiful setup on the 1 minute. And in this down leg we had 3 consecutive entries, first one being here, second one being here, and then the third one being here. So 3 nice setups on the 1 minute. And with that we have looked at all the moves in the morning, so that have been all the setups in the morning, and now we can focus on 2 more setups which happened in the late afternoon. And you can see price pushed down, took out this low, and then it looked for buy side again. So it took sell side liquidity and then it looked for buy side again. Sorry, where is buy side? Well, above this high we can see there's still a fair value gap up here and a not yet fully filled fair value gap right here. So huge liquidity void right here the price wants to run into, and we can see it touch the upper fair value gap beautifully. If we draw this out, we can see it touched the fair value gap beautifully on this move up. So it took buy side with taking out this high and pushing up into this fair value gap. Then price reversed, started to trickle down right here to the equilibrium below, between this low and this high. That's how I want to say it. If you can look at this, wow, this was a bad snap right here. We can see the, actually let me draw that out. Price stays around equilibrium right here, pushes down below, pushes above, stays above it, and then eventually drops down below equilibrium once more, prior to then pushing up higher during Asia. And actually right here we have setups, so we can see price pushes up into a premium right here and then starts to displace downwards, leaving behind a fair value gap. And we also want to mark the market structure break right here. You can see this low has been taken, also this low has been taken, and yes, we touched the equilibrium right here, so we don't have to expect more downside, but we kind of expect price to run into a discount once more. So price goes up. Actually, I forgot something. There we go. Price runs up into a premium, fully fills the fair value gap, touches the up close candle, which is the order block, and then it pushes down lower once more, displacing once again. And this actually is another setup. It does take quite a while to play out, but if we look at it from the high to the low, we have a beautiful fair value gap right here, which first price touches right here and consolidates, pushes up into the fair value gap, pushes down, and then eventually pushes up to fully fill it, touch the up close candle right here, and then price rolls over and moves into a deeper discount once again, prior to then, as I said, push up during Asia. And yeah, that has been all the setups from yesterday. And as you can see, price tends to stay around equilibrium for some time and build up a position. As you can see right here, from this is the low of the day, this is the high of the day at this point, and in between this, price then goes into discount, into premium, into discount, and eventually it goes for the high of the day once more during Asia. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the setups today, As I said, pretty nice price action yesterday, pretty clean, lots of good setups. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment if you have any suggestions as usual. And yeah, I hope you guys are well. I hope I see you again. And yeah, bye.